Salutations, mortals and children of the night. I'm the Vampire Otaku, and in this video, I want to talk about how important comic book stores are and why you should look around and check out your local comic book stores and see what you can find. Even if you're not a comic book collector, you might find some manga, you might find some action figures, you might find a lot of things in these little, small local stores that you wouldn't expect to see. Some of these places sell used items or just really old, rare items. You never know what you're gonna find by looking at these, niche and local comic book stores. I also want to show you the mangas that I grabbed from my local comic book store, and I want to show you what mine looks like. That being said, let's get into the video. Alright, so comic book stores have a huge variety of items that are just nerdy in general, especially the one that's near me. It's like barely 500 feet away from me, so I'm very privileged to have access to such a interesting store. And like I said earlier, you have action figures, you have video games, you have manga, of course comic books. That's going to be the bulk of what you find there, but you got board games there, a lot of Magic the Gathering cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Pokemon cards. It's just a really big array, and you have to search. You don't just walk in and just see one thing. Like, there are so many things that are in the crevices that are kind of tucked away, if you will. And that makes shopping more fun and exploring and just really enjoying the store and what they have to offer. It's similar to an anime store, but I believe there's a bigger variety simply because they cater to comic book collectors, and comic book collectors tend to have a bigger variety in America of other things that they collect or things that they're into. Manga is like you either collect figures, collect manga, or a few other niche things that are in a whole anime spectrum. Like you might have pens, you might have art, posters, but with comic books, Ninja Turtles has a comic book, also has an arcade cabinet, also has book bags, and just a lot of accessories. I mean, not to discredit anime and manga, there are a lot of accessories in that, and it's growing in popularity. But I just feel like comic book stores have a little bit more of a variety. Now, that being said, if you're looking for manga, you'll find in these clips that I show you that the manga selection is probably not even a quarter of what I have. So it's not a lot, but they get new things and you can order things, and there's some random things that like people didn't buy because people don't usually go to a comic book store looking for manga. They look for comic books or, other things like board games and cards, things of that nature. So you might find some really interesting older gems or just new books, mangas that maybe Barnes & Noble or your other local bookstores or anime stores overlooked because they didn't think that they would sell that much. So now that I've gotten all that out of the way, I'd like to show you a few clips. I want to show you the store. It's called Level Up. It's in Minneapolis. I want to show you the contents of the store, the variety of manga, some of the graphic novels, video games. They were kind enough to let me film, so I was really happy to share this location and just show how awesome it is to live so close to a comic book store. I just leave out of my place and there it is. It's just right there. But it's kind of hard to spot because it's a part of an apartment building and it's a basement level, so it's really interesting. I'm really excited to show you. Here's some clips right here. Here we have the Level Up comic book store, and as I said, it's a basement. It's a lower level, and if you're driving by, it's very difficult to see, but it looks really cool. And here we have some snacks, some drinks, and this really cool suit of armor. Very detailed, very random.
I love it. And here we have some graphic novels, some omnibuses, got Invincible, there's a couple t-shirts in the corner as well. And you have your single comic books. You know, your standards, your Batman, your Deadpool, the Flash. You got some really interesting ones in there too. There's Power Rangers, Sonic, Street Fighter. Got the small manga section, but there's some gems in here. Some Junji Ito, all that Berserk. Some deluxe edition Berserk, Akira, the paperbacks. You got some box sets. You got Told About Hanako-kun. You got some figures. I mean, they're pop-up parades, but I still love to see it. It's awesome. They got the My Hero Academia box set. Got some Hunter x Hunter, Hell's Paradise, Helk. Little JoJo's Love, my favorite part 5. Golden Wind. Monster, excellent series. Marmalade Boy, if you guys want to collect that series. You know, it's a really good shoujo, really interesting premise. You got Real, some of the most detailed art in manga. Got the new Soichi. Got Solo Leveling. Thus Spoke Rohan Kashibe. Very good stuff. Tokyo Revengers for all you fans of those crazy guys. Yamushi Pedal. We got Digimon figures, which I thought was really cool. Got some plushies from Tokyo Revengers. You got Anya Forager. And that was a Nendoroid. And I'm a huge fan of Nendoroids. Let's go ahead and actually check out this Nendoroid. I think they did a really good job with the hair. It's a standard Nendoroid, you know, box size. They're all this size. But I do love the fact that they incorporated the color from the manga. It's a really nice Nendoroid. Most Nendoroids have little complaints. You got pop figures. I am not a fan of pop figures, but I respect everyone who collects them. I just don't like the build quality. They're not movable. Here you have a Hylian Shield pillow. It was so soft. Really cool. And we have just a bunch of random nerdy things over here. This really caught my eye, the GameCube book. I low-key need that in my collection. Really cool Carnage figure or statue. Gargoyles that also caught my eye. This Witcher statue looks pretty decent, actually. There's some other really cool old ones. This Beetlejuice one was really cool. It was a throwback. More gargoyles, just really feeding my nostalgia. The old school Batman. You got these game consoles. Got the Sega Genesis, the 16-bit, the 32-bit. Got Bloody Roar back there. That's my favorite fighting game. God, I love that game so much. Got the Wii U, underrated system. We got the big boy PS3, the slim PS3, the PS4. I think that is the Wii that has the GameCube controller ports. I kind of need that in my life. One of the cleanest PlayStations I've seen. Usually they have a yellow tinge to them. We got the Switch games, which are always an arm and a leg, kind of expensive. And we have Final Fantasy VII here for kind of a reasonable price, in my opinion. And then we have this beautiful Mega Man X figure. Really nice box. I held it. It was pretty heavy. Over here we had like a really old Castlevania game. I think it was Castlevania Bloodlines, and it's gone. And I wanted to buy it. I love Castlevania so much, but it was like $100, and I just couldn't justify it because I'm obsessed with buying JoJo figures right now. We got some Xbox One games. So there's modern stuff here and there's older stuff. You got PlayStation 1. For all you Dragon Ball Z fans, Dragon Ball Z games are here.
I like to showcase the mangas that I picked up. I didn't get a lot because the selection wasn't huge, but I picked up what appealed to me and what caught my eye. And the guy that worked there was, telling me, hey, you like Junji Ito, so this just came out. So that was really helpful. I just had a really good experience at the store. I always do, so I'm just really happy that I'm able to share it. So these are the books that I got. So I picked up the new series from the creator of Fullmetal Alchemist. This one's called Daemons of the Shadow Realm. I cannot say the name of this anime, or manga rather, without thinking about Yu-Gi-Oh! The spine is really nice. Got the red and white and black. And basically Lieutenant Hawkeye right here on the cover. Really cool. Here's the back of it. Just your typical standard paperback, but it's not Viz Media, it's Square Enix, which I find to be really interesting. Next, we have the second volume of Monster. I'm slowly collecting this series. I watched the anime. It's absolutely incredible. One of the greatest antagonists of all time. It's set in Germany. Main character is a brain surgeon, which is super unique. Usually the main character is just doing, random odd jobs, or no job that's special. Certainly not a career as high as a brain surgeon. These next two volumes are newer ones that I've had my eye on for quite some time. This is The Summer Hikaru Died. I've been thinking about this for a long time. The Omnibus Collector talked about it in one of his videos, and I was immediately interested. So when I saw it, I had to pick it up. And last but certainly not least, we have Suichi, the new to us hardcover from Junji Ito. I'm just really stacking up good reads for the month of October, the spooky month. I have so many good things to read, and I cannot wait to tell you my opinions and how they made me feel, and to share with you my experience reading these titles, and if we share the same ideas, and if you would like it, I could recommend it, or I could say, no, this is trash. But I haven't really read much trash lately. Everything has been really good. I'm reading In the Clear Moonlit Dusk, fire. I read a little bit of Skip and Loafer, fire. I haven't really read anything bad, so with that being said, I highly recommend those two. And yeah, I want to thank you for once again checking out my videos, and let me know if you have any comic book stores or any nerdy stores that are close to you that you frequent. You have any local stores that sell manga or comic books or video games that aren't huge, stores like GameStop or Barnes & Noble, just local niche stores. And tell me about your experience. I find that with these local shops, everybody's really polite and kind, and just happy that you're there taking your time out to check out their wares. That being said, subscribe. We're still working on 500. I think we're doing great. And with this new microphone and the new gimbal that I have, if you're not aware of what a gimbal is, I'd like to show you. So this is a gimbal. This one is particularly made for a cell phone. You can basically put your phone in the claw and you can move it around with this knob right here, and got all these buttons right here to control things, and you can have a steady image while you're recording. This is awesome if you're vlogging, or if you're just showing something and you want to have like a really smooth presentation with what you're showing. I want to continue to make the best videos that I can, get better at editing, and just provide, accurate information, and, talk about things that you guys care about and things that I enjoy talking about, and finding the happy medium within that realm. So with that being said, thank you so much for checking this video out and my other videos, and I can't wait to talk to you guys more about nerdy stuff. Peace.